I got you now. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. We will go straight into questions for you. We'll kick it off with Strata. Go ahead, Peter.
Thanks. Chandler, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Given how up and down the season's been, I'm sure you're thankful to even be here in the playoffs, but do you feel like you're almost playing with house money given how just up and down this year has been?
Yes and no. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason, and I think there's a reason all the disaster that happened at Watkins Glen was very unpredicted, obviously, and we were still able, worst case scenario, we ended up in the playoffs. So I believe everything happens for a reason, and I'm definitely looking forward to flipping all this luck around.
All right, thanks. Good luck.
Question will come from Marty Sikla. Go ahead, Marty.
Thanks, Sam. Chandler, thanks for the time as always. Kind of maybe just following up on that. Kyle Busch brought this up at his Glen pre-race availability and said there are simple mistakes being made in the 18 camp and it needs to be cleaned up and that you're starting in a hole being behind. Has Kyle or maybe your crew chief Danny informed you of this? And does this like maybe ignite a spark on you that it's time to turn it around?
Yeah, for sure. I stay heavily involved with the team outside of just driving the truck as it is. And I was very aware of the situation and what happened and how it happened. And at the end of the day, a mistake was made. We still made it in the playoffs, but doesn't need to be made anymore.
Do you go to John Hunter or anyone on the Fort camp for advice, or maybe do a baseline setup off of what that team is doing with them being so good this year?
No. I feel like the past about 5-6 races, we've been really good. I feel like one of the best trucks when we go to the racetrack. It's just a matter of we haven't been able to really show it and back up what I'm saying right now because something happens that forces us in a bad situation where we're not able to show it. For instance, like Pocono, I felt like we were easily one of the best trucks and went in for a pit stop and couldn't get the right front tire out and went a lap down. It's just simple stuff like that happens, and it puts you back for the rest of the race and you can't recover because our races are so short.
All right. Thank you, Chandler. Good luck these next few weeks.
Thank you.
Next question will come from Zach Albert. Go ahead, Zach.
Great. Thank you. Chandler, you're one of just 2 rookies that are in the playoff field. Does it make a difference at all that this is your first go round at this, or is there any such thing as like an experience gap at all?
Definitely think there's an experience gap, especially for me and I believe 42 their rookie driver. I mean, you look at all the other drivers that's in the playoffs, look how many starts they have compared to us. Look at all the overall experience, all the practice they have in the truck series compared to myself. And yes, there's a very big experience gap, but there's no excuse for it. And I feel like we're more than capable for still going to win this championship.
And what have you taken from Kyle Busch's approach as a team owner? It seems like, just comparing him, at least, what we hear is that he is more of a hands-on guy. How has that approach helped you, and does it kind of spur the team on a little bit too?
No, Kyle's a great mentor, a great team owner for sure, and a great friend. He's always been there to help me in anything I've ever asked him to. He's always gave me loads of advice when I've needed it, and I definitely lean on him a lot. I couldn't ask for a better team owner.
Awesome. Thank you.
Our next question will come from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Chandler, according to the roster, I guess Chris Lambert won't make the trip to Gateway. He'll just go to Michigan. So is it Jason Reiner? Is that who's going to be your spotter?
Yeah.
Have you worked with him before at all? And what do you have to do anything different as far as preparation and talking with him to make sure you're both on the same page for this pivotal race?
Yeah, so he was my spotter at Knoxville and Gateway last year as well. So we've worked together a few times now, and I'm not a picky driver when it comes to spotters. I'm a guy that doesn't want much talking on the radio at all, inside, outside. I'll let you know if I need any more than that. So it's not that hard of a job to come and be a new spotter for me just because I don't ask for much. Lambert's the best in the business. I'm thankful and grateful to have him. He's awesome to have up on the roof. So definitely going to miss him, though.
Thank you.
Our next question will come from Adam Cheek. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Chandler. So just curious, I was looking at some of the stats from last year, and you've got top 10s at like half of the playoff tracks. So is there a certain place in particular you feel really good about? Like, do you feel like you can win at or run well, kind of lock yourself into a next round?
think we're going to it this Friday. I was really strong at Gateway last year and made a bonehead move. It was all the driver's fault. That's a race last year. I felt like that was probably one of our better races out of the 10 or 11 races I raced. So I feel like we should be really, really good at Gateway. We're going with a very similar package, very minimum difference. And but other than that, looking forward to advancing into the next round. I've seemed to be, knock on wood, there's no wood in here, so I kind of don't want to say it, but good at restrictor plate tracks. Daytona, I was pretty strong at. Talladega last year, I was pretty good at. So I definitely don't think you can count us out of the mix there.
Great. Thanks so much.
Next question will come from RJ Starcevic. Go ahead, RJ.
Hey, Chandler. So there's a lot of different types of tracks coming up for sure in the playoffs with the first round, second round, and the championship race, obviously. Is there different approaches you take to kind of different tracks with the playoffs coming up, or does everything sort of stay the same for you?
Everything stays the same for me. It's the same study, same mentality going to each racetrack. I talked to my guys about this before, just getting into the playoffs. I feel like it's kind of made for us. I come from a short track background. Short track racing is kind of my art. And I mean, there's 2 tracks we're going to that's not short tracks out of the playoffs, which is Darlington and Vegas. Everywhere else, whether you want to say it's not a short track, if Phoenix isn't a short track or not, in my eyes, those are all short tracks. They drive just like short tracks. So they have the same characteristics as your Saturday night Hickory Motor Speedway. You know what I mean? So it's just, I'm pumped about it. We just got to get there.
Awesome. Thank you. Best of luck.
Any additional questions for Chandler? All right, Chandler, thanks so much and good luck.
Yep. Thank you.